Okay, so for all of you guys that already don't have enough crap in your collection, our last Kickstarter is about to greatly increase the amount of unpainted monstrosities you have.
This one has went nuclear.
Yeah, of course it's nuclear. We're talking Reaper Bones 5. Goodness me.
Almost 1.5 million.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
Right.
They're slow.
So,
I'll give them that.
what have we got, Ben, in Reaper Bones 5?
Cool. So this is, as you might imagine, another mountain of plastic. Sorry, everybody. Another mountain of plastic, and they are doing a lot of stuff that they traditionally would have done in previous Bones projects. So you've got a lot of the fantasy classics in there. You've got a huge amount of options for picking up a whole bunch of their plastic models for heroes, traditional dungeon delving monsters like orcs and goblins and kobolds. You've got dragons. You've got pieces of terrain and all sorts of things like that. But they've also done a whole bunch of a lot more specialized sort of groupings as well. So one of the big ones they've done this time around is a big Greek Odyssey set, which is great for those people that want to try and do something a little bit more on the sort of weird ancient side, which is pretty cool. They've also done one which is really focused towards the idea of sort of like a Japanese theme as well, but sort of Japanese with a fantasy twist at the same time. As we were saying, this is just a ridiculous cavalcade of weird, chaotic, plastic awesomeness, and I'm fairly sure that no one truly understands how this works anymore. But effectively, you dive in and you can pick up as much as you want, as little as you want, maybe a little handful of things, maybe a huge box of things, or in the case of some people, multiple boxes of things that will now sit on your shelf for many, many years and probably never get used. But there is loads and loads of stuff in there, as I was saying. There's fantasy staples, you've got war machines, you've got monsters, you've got a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, the best thing to do will probably just be to scroll through that page and look at the cool things in there and say what you like. So.
Mammoth!
There's a bridge and a mammoth. What is that?
That's a troll walking through the water.
Under the
Troll
bridge.
under the bridge.
And there's goats
And there's
going
goats
across
on it. Okay,
That's
right.
cool.
I'm sold. Billy Goat's gruff has to happen.
I really like it. I like this. Their initial Bones was just how many things can we make?
Yes.
And it got a bit ridiculous, and there wasn't any. It was you were literally getting bags of stuff, and you're going, "This is thing." I've got.
And
some,
to be fair,
I've got some Afro people firing guns into the air. That's not really going to help me with my Kings of War armies, but.
And the quality was so, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, the initial one was, can we do this?
Yes.
Because they hadn't made anything before in that material. This is a mix this time, so it's a mixture of the new Bones Black, which is a sturdier material, and the original White Bones, which is sort of the flexible stuff. So it keeps that, we can chuck it out. It's quite quick. If you're a D&D player, whatever, you can just scrape into a box and throw it under your bed. You don't have to worry about it breaking. But the black pieces are more detailed, more rigid, so you don't have to worry about the bendy, curvy banana swords anymore.
Yeah.
And they've also got the thing where they go, well, there's a dungeon delving pack. So there's literally just an add-on that's for dungeon delving.
Broken up.
Or
it's been sort of focused into little...
Yeah, so whereas before you were going, if I back this, I'm going to get stuff. Yeah. Now you can go, I'm going to get Japanesey type stuff from my Daimo set, or I can get my dungeon set. So it's still ridiculous, but it's focused ridiculousness.
Yeah.
So it's not as
well.
Not as bad.
Look,
I mean, I have no interest in the Daimo set, but some of the dungeon delving stuff is quite nice, and some of the monster add-ons are nice.
Yeah.
Being able to go in and go, well, that I don't do any Japanese style gaming.
Yeah,
I want the troll bridge thing. I think
the troll bridge.
Cool.
The troll bridge was the first thing I seen, and I went, "That's just great. I will find a way for it."
Look, there's a very simple aspect to this, right? And I have discovered this.
Owlbear without Sean Connery on its back, though, so that's not as good.
Yeah, it's not as good as the Owlbear being rid by Sean Connery, right? I do loads of D&D.
Let's keep the stuff up to us so we can see what we're talking about.
All right.
Any dungeon master, right? Anybody that controls a dungeon game, especially if you do it with youngsters, right? You know, after it becomes instinctive, you know that you have to have the most massive collection of random kick-ass monsters that you possibly can. And it's for a very simple reason, right? Because young Dungeoneers.
There's a really nice bit just in the middle, and you keep skipping past it.
Right.
The person in red.
Where?
Just go
Tell
up.
me where.
Go up.
Just go
Going up.
No, you
Okay.
keep talking.
Up.
Stop in that blue bit that you won't let me see.
Yes, the
I
Greek.
thought I had
bit.
stopped there.
No, you haven't. You keep jumping over its table. You may continue talking about it while I
Okay,
ask
thank you.
Greek.
Yeah, so young Dungeoneers, right, are cocky little arseholes. Right? They are cocky little arseholes.
Yeah.
So you need to have the biggest collection of butt-stomping monstrosities that you can, so that you can smush them cocky little twats the next time that they sit and give that stupid grin where they think that they've got you, not understanding that as the Dungeon Master, I am in control, and they only live because I allow it.
Warren, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say,
Yes. What do you think of the Greek stuff, Jerry?
I love the Greek stuff. Even things like the Cyclops there at the start. The Cyclops has got essentially a kilt of dead sheep.
yeah.
So if you remember the Odyssey, the last Cyclops that Odysseus comes across, he was
Yeah.
a shepherd.
Uh-huh.
So when they were trying to escape, they all had sheep pelts on their backs as they just sort of crawl past them.
Mhm.
So I like that. That's just a lovely little touch. In fact, he's got some Greek skulls on his neck is quite good as well.
Yeah, and
The
he's
Hydra's
using
nice.
their shields for knee pads.
Yep, Hydra's great. Love the Hydra. I love.
Bones is such an obvious thing, though, for role players to jump in on. It's
Yes, it is.
just the sheer variety of the stuff that you get. Like, I can't think of another Kickstarter where you will get that level of variety. Like, there are Kickstarters that for board games that are worth jumping into, because you just get a ton of models that you could potentially use.
You want them back up,
Yeah,
Lloyd,
we'll go right back up to the top.
to the very top.
No offense to Ben, but I'm trying to look at the minis.
Don't care what you bad, just looking at
blowing my
minis.
nose right now. So
All right, so I'm back to the start of the minis for you, Lloyd. Here you go.
That's
Okay.
fine. You can talk
Right.
away. I just want to
So-
be able to see them.
But having that varied selection. Right, scroll down. I just want to see very quickly the Dungeon Delve options.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
yada,
we'll hit
yada,
the first
yada.
Bones
Right,
core set.
So this is the core set.
So this is $120 of oh my godness. Now this is an interesting one, and I'm guessing they're future proofing themselves on this, and I imagine other Kickstarters will do the same. UK and Europe are not together in this.
Right.
It specifically goes, if you're back in the UK, we're going to tax you after this because we know Brexit's coming at some point, and if it doesn't, then well, unlucky. But we're not going to bust ourselves.
Can't
Yeah.
take that on the chin.
Scroll up just to the top of that for 1 second.
Say when?
Am I missing something? Is that a giant?
That is a giant.
Is that a 28 mil model on the base, or is that a chicken?
That's a turkey or chicken.
Oh, that's
something
a
like-
turkey. That's all right.
Okay.
Thank God.
Some sort of
That's okay.
vulture.
Right, scroll down then. Okay, so there's all your dungeon stuff.
Yeah, your
Lovely.
usual stuff. You've got
Yeah.
Chaos Warriors in there. You've got Snake People. You've got Elves.
Yeah, we can see, Justin. We can see. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Them.
I like these.
Right, the Boulderkin.
Boulderkin. I was looking at those.
I have to get the Boulderkin.
they've even got a set of little mouse warriors. I want
yeah,
one.
I'd noticed you'd
Of course they do, Ben.
the mouselings.
Yes, so that to me, the Boulderkin and the little rat dudes above it are the most interesting part of that pack. Keep going down. What
I
else
like
have
the
we got?
Scarecrows.
Scarecrows are cool. Kid Heroes, yeah, love that.
Yeah.
And then a handful of spell effects, and then you've got Catfolk in there as well.
There's actually
Ben.
more spell effects. I thought you would have known, because there's things like, flying fists, walls of thorns, walls of brickwork, all of this sort of thing.
And then you've got your golems in there.
Kid Heroes 2.
Keep going down. Dreadmare, Loathsome Trolls. Like, no, there's very few individual sculpts that are jumping out at me to make me
There's
go,
your spell
that's
effects."
that's an amazing miniature in its own right. But I tell you what, as a collection of stuff, it has it feels like it's
Dire
a dire
cabbage.
cabbage. Good God. Okay.
My most feared monster of all time. Please, no. No, DM. Why?
Vitamin C and fiber, the only thing that can stop it, Justin. And that's not even, there's a specific Dungeon Delve pledge, which is
Yeah.
a little sub pledge.
Yeah.
that's
That's the
just the
basic one,
that's
yeah.
just
That's
the
just
core
the core.
one. Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys.
Thanks for
21 days funded, as you would expect. 21 days left to go on it.
We're more than funded, man.
Yeah, get stuck in, dudes. Get stuck in.